Who could feel the kind of shifts and movements? Kind of raise your hands. Yeah. Great, everyone. Good. This starts as a very subtle thing. And as you become used to it, it just becomes more pronounced and obvious. And it is just like riding a bike. Once you start feeling these, you can just access them at any point. And these will build up in our body. You'll have these through daily things happening. You'll have them from your childhood. You'll have them from birth. You'll have them from previous lifetimes. And just letting them unwind, they start to resolve. It does not need to be any big palaver, having to go and see therapists or all of this. You can just in a very gentle way, soft way, and you don't want to go too fast. You don't want to go into a trauma vortex or a catharsis or anything. You keep it on a level of meditation and nice and slow, and at that level it can integrate and it can resolve. And you can just, these strains, they are through this whole lifetime, but they will mirror what is happened through previous lifetimes. And when you're working with the bones of the cranium and bones of the face, these are very much relating to the intellectual patterns and the mind. And as that resolves, the whole mind starts clearing. And as who could feel the energies releasing in the pelvis and traveling up through the whole body? Kind of, okay, most people. That again is something, once it starts, you just get a knack for it. It becomes very addictive to feel this energy releasing and clearing and going home. But that is quite a deep healing, and that also transforms, so you're no longer the mind anymore. You're kind of viewing it rather than being we're fairly attached to the body and our physicalness, but we can view it. We're a bit more attached to the emotions, but we can still separate ourselves from it. The whole mind, normally people are just held by and associate with it and think of themselves as I am that or something. But as this unwinds and as the Kundalini starts moving through it, you start separating that from that, so your consciousness more views that, so you are no longer that. And then as that happens, then the constraints and holds within the cranium all start releasing and all start resolving. And there, for me, there's an incredible depth to holographic breathing that I don't think many people really understand. That as you become more part of this, it does start releasing those mechanisms through you and through the brain and through the cranium, till all of these bones, rather than them being held, when holographic breathing just becomes your normal breath and these movements become more and more, it comes to a point where they just become emotion, rather than the cranium being held in a certain way. And as that happens, you can no longer sit as part of the mind anymore. When that happens, you're no longer in the cage. You kind of drop back from it and you get this lovely energy connecting to the beyond. So there is truly a spiritual path to what we're doing, as well as a just breathing. And I can't say I know how to teach that. All I can do is just tell people how I experience and get people to do exercises that hopefully will elucidate that in themselves to one extent or another. But gradually, generally as people learn this, that holographic breathing more and more becomes their life, that you can do holographic breathing all of the time, other than when you're speaking, because obviously you're moving the mouth, or when you're eating, but it can become your normal breath over a period of time. And for me, that can transform humanity, because you can no longer do the terrible things anymore once you're in that space most of the time. So I have high hopes for holographic breathing. Whether that will happen in my lifetime, I don't know, but I'm doing my best to record now all of these seminars, so they will be there after my leaving, in a way. So that is where we're going. We looked very much at the temporal bones and the sides of the jaw today, and I'm going to progress, and next time I'm going to bring in the shortening on the in-breath and the lengthening on the out-breath, and how that works through the cranium related to this. And we will be much more also working through the sphenoid, which is inside. It's a very central thing. It's behind the eyes, it's behind the maxilla, which is the sinuses and nasal passageways. It comes out to the temples, and that relationship with the occiput at the back and the different configurations. So and I'm not sure how long this series will work, but I definitely want to get people a good idea of how all of the bones of the cranium work, and how you can really move into a deep sense of meditation with that. Did people find it meditative, that last meditation? Yeah, good.